Vanga prophesied eternal youth to these signs of the zodiac. Do you want to know which of us is able to preserve the youth of soul, body and mind until the very last breath? Who, according to Vanga's prophecies, will look younger than everyone and live with fire in the eyes even in old age? The answer is in their date of birth. Vanga called their signs the chosen ones. Their bodies seem to be unaffected by time, and their internal energy is renewed with each stage of life. They do not age, they open up. Their youth is not cosmetics or genes, but a mystical power given from above. And if you are one of them, you will feel it from the first words. In this video, you will find out which zodiac signs Vanga predicted eternal youth for and why they have access to these sources of power. Subscribe to the channel if you feel that your nature is deeper than usual explanations. And write in the comments how old you are, and how old others give you. Perhaps you are already living in a prophecy. The first sign is Taurus. Vanga spoke with special respect about those born under the sign of Taurus. She claimed that their body seems to be endowed with a code of slow aging. These people are in no hurry to age, either physically or mentally. Their youth is not an illusion, not makeup, and not genetics. It is an internal program built into their character, behavior, lifestyle, and a special energy form. While others fade, Taurus retains liveliness, calm, and that very sparkle in their eyes that only deepens with age. The main reason for their eternal youth is their continuous connection with the earth, with their body, and with the rhythm of nature. Taurus lives in the moment. They do not waste energy on overexertion, on an endless race that exhausts. They can feel when they need to rest, when to slow down, when to switch. This is the main anti-aging mechanism. Listen to yourself. It is Taurus who does not allow overload. He does not drive himself into burnout mode and does not burn himself out in toxic emotions. Their nutrition, even intuitive, is always aimed at the harmony of the body. No diets, no hysterics, no fashionable schemes. Taurus knows what and when to eat so that the body feels good. Even if it is simple food, it will always be absorbed correctly, because they eat with pleasure and respect for themselves. And this is a fundamental factor in slowing down aging. But it is not only the body that makes Taurus visually and energetically younger. Internal stability plays an important role. They do not fuss, do not wind themselves up, do not feed chaos. Taurus's emotions are deep, but not destructive. He is able to experience a lot, but always preserves an inner core that cannot be destroyed. And this means fewer psychosomatic reactions, less stress, fewer traces of time on the face and body. There is another key, the ability to enjoy simple things. Taurus does not chase illusions. His joy is in tactile sensations, tastes, smells, comfort, physical harmony. All this gives the body a feeling of security, and therefore, the absence of the need to wear out. The Taurus body does not live in defense mode, and therefore does not waste resources on fighting. It saves them, and this is biologically reflected in each cell. Even in adulthood, Taurus radiates what many look for in youth: calm confidence, vitality, soft sexuality and attraction. They do not need artificial improvements, because inside them there is a real structure that does not deteriorate over time. These are the people who at 60 look 40, and not because they hide their age, but because their energy does not go into the void. Vanga noted, Taurus has a special ability to become only more beautiful with age. Their skin retains elasticity longer, their voice, juiciness, movements, plasticity. And most importantly, the face does not lose warmth. Even wrinkles do not age them, but give them wisdom. This is real eternal youth. When you do not try to be young, you simply do not age. The second sign is Virgo. Among all the signs, it is Virgo, according to Vanga, who has one of the clearest mechanisms of internal rejuvenation. The reason lies in control. Virgo does not allow chaos to destroy her from within. She carefully monitors her body, diet, regime, and most importantly, her thoughts. There is no room for disorder in her head, and this means that the internal system works cleanly, without overloads and failures. And the fewer failures, the slower the aging process. These people clearly feel what is harmful to them. Virgo can refuse food, communication, places, habits. If she intuitively understands, this will cost her energy. She does not cling to toxic people, does not hold destructive attachments. This is what allows her not to drain her strength. And the saved energy is the internal resource that slows down the aging process at the physiological level. Physically, Virgos begin to take care of themselves very early, without fanaticism, but with a system. Their body care is not about showing off, but about the depths. They don't buy everything, they study, test, analyze. And as a result, they build a care strategy for themselves that maintains their appearance for decades. And they don't fight time, they know how to cooperate with it. And that's why they age beautifully, competently, harmoniously. But Virgo's strongest weapon is clarity. There is no inner strain in their gaze. Their face does not bear traces of mental dirt, because Virgo cleanses the space around them, which means they do not accumulate internal fatigue. This mental hygiene makes their eyes bright, their skin calm, their body effortlessly well-groomed. They have no need to hide their age. Their age is their style, and this style only becomes more sophisticated with age. The youth of Virgo is rigor transformed into beauty. It is their minimalism, moderation, and inner discipline that create an aura of well-groomedness around them. Vanga said, Virgo can maintain her shape for decades if she does not lose control over her routine. And this is exactly what they use, not by forcing themselves, but by wisely managing the resource. These people rarely suffer from the consequences of an unhealthy lifestyle, because they simply make fewer mistakes. They sense in advance where the trap is and avoid it. They will not allow themselves to exhaust their health reserves. This is what gives them the opportunity to remain young physically and energetically much longer than others. In adulthood, Virgo representatives often look brighter than in their youth. Because with age comes even more clarity, confidence, mature aesthetics. Their maturity is not a fading away, but a blossoming. And this is not a metaphor, but a visual fact. Their gait, posture, voice, look, everything retains its structure. And structure is youth, not in years, but in quality. The third sign is Libra. It all starts with the appearance, but ends with the internal state. Libra is the only sign whose youth does not end with age. This is not a poetic metaphor, but a specific psychological and biological phenomenon. Representatives of this sign retain an amazing ability to restore cells, their skin ages later, their facial expressions remain soft, and their body responds to training faster than others. Even at 50, 60 and 70 years old, Libra looks younger than their peers and often becomes the subject of questions. Have you done something to yourself? The answer is always the same: nothing, I'm just living. The reason for Libra's eternal youth is the rhythm of their life. This sign knows how to maintain balance not only in emotions, but also in actions. They do not get stuck in the past, do not burn out from the race in the present, and are not afraid of the future. Their psyche rarely encounters extreme forms of stress, and this directly affects the level of cortisol and tissue aging. Libra knows how to relax and does not feel guilty about it. They respect success and respite equally, which makes them less susceptible to chronic overexertion. Their secret is the ability to say enough at the right time. Surprisingly, Libras almost always stay slim, even if there are no special restrictions in their diet. This is not a miracle, but a consequence of a good metabolism, an active social life and constant movement. They rarely sit still, they dance, walk, experiment, communicate. Even at 70, Libras are able to start a new social circle, fall in love, start a new business. They do not live in memories, they live in the moment, and this gives the body a signal: we are still young. Libra's skin remains elastic longer, because they practically do not have the habit of frowning. Their face is often relaxed, their gaze is lively. They rarely fall into pessimism, which means they do not fix chronic fatigue on their face. This affects facial expressions, posture, even gait. People often confuse their age and sincerely do not understand how it is possible to maintain such ease. And Libras simply do not accept aging as a sentence. They perceive each year as an opportunity, not a loss. There is another important detail. Libras are not fixated on themselves, and this is what saves them from emotional aging. They care about others, support, listen, give compliments, and this social exchange works as an energy detox. The eternal youth of Libras is not magic or mysticism. It is a combination of choices, habits, reactions, and the ability to be in harmony with oneself. Even in old age, they look as if they are always 10 years younger. And this is their natural state, not an exception. The fourth sign of Pisces. Pisces are not afraid of age, because they initially live in a different dimension of time. For them, biological age does not have such power as for other signs. At first glance, it seems that Pisces are simply soft and kind, but behind this there is a much stronger quality, flexibility. This trait allows them to adapt to any changes without internal resistance. They do not fight the current, they learn to swim in it. And this, as the latest research in the field of gerontology shows, is the key to slowing down aging. Physiologically, Pisces have increased sensitivity to the body, and they quickly pick up signals when they need to rest, when the body is exhausted, when they need to change the rhythm. They are not the kind of people who work to the point of exhaustion. Even if life drives them into a framework, they will find a way to save space for themselves. Thanks to this, they are less likely to develop chronic fatigue syndrome, overwork, and as a result, the body ages more slowly. Pisces' heart beats calmly, their face remains soft, their gait does not lose its plasticity even at 60. The peculiarity of Pisces' appearance is in their expressive eyes and calm facial expressions. They do not have the rigidity that comes with age in others. The corners of the lips do not droop, their gaze does not fade, their posture does not lose its lightness. All this is not a cosmetic effect, but the result of an internal state. Pisces know how to forgive, let go, and not hold a grudge. Their internal cleansing is daily, and this mental detox affects the biological level. Less inflammation, less oxidative stress, less tissue destruction. They do not follow youth trends, do not try to prove something to the world, do not live in fear of the mirror. Pisces are able to accept themselves at any age, and this is what gives them an advantage. Accepting yourself as you are is a powerful anti-aging factor. The body perceives this as a security signal, and all systems work longer and more stably. They can grow old quietly on paper, but in life they remain bright, lively and surprisingly easy people. And finally, the main thing, Pisces know how to dream. And a dream is a form of internal movement. While a person dreams, he lives. While he lives, he grows younger. Pisces do not lose the ability to dream at 30, or at 60, or at 90. And therefore, they do not lose themselves. Their youth is not a fight against age, but a choice to be alive in everything. In words, in a look, in intonation, in gestures. The eternal youth of Pisces is not a gift, but the result of a lifestyle in which the soul always goes ahead of the passport.